Last we left off, a prison break was staged. Distractions were made. You intruded into Black Harbor with the under-the-table blessing of Curiel Jarnhat, the headmaster of the Academy Arcana, and the Prime Minister of Altus. At some point during the night, Curiel Jarnhat went down into your cell, Riley, and conversed about the nature of these invaders, showing you images of the strange language that hurt your brain to read a while ago in the ship Tetskat. Sharing information back and forth, you were possibly clued in to a potential reason why you lost the ability to understand that language. Zero, you cleared out the prisoner possession vault with several bags of holding, hauling back literal tons of loot. Chris, you went in search of paperwork, finding information about cages and a little bit more info about Sonny the Heartbreaker, a 16-year-old child who apparently was responsible for a large string of bank robberies about 40 years ago, I believe. The record was dated about 2 years ago, where it still states that Sonny is still a 16-year-old kid. Jana running full-time distraction outside as a cat with a litter of kittens, basically single-handedly paralyzed the entire guard detail with acuteness outside. And eventually O'Reilly was found, but not before activating the prison-wide alarm. Avoiding clockwork mantis sentries and juggernaut guards. With invisibility and teleportation, you managed to escape to Farseer Firearms, where you bribed the gunsmith to repair Chris's Giselle rifle pretty quickly. The alarm now sounding, Jana, you took that as your sign to vacate the premises and met up with the rest of the group back at the Rusty Duck. One spending spree with ill-gotten loot at the Atneys later, and you are all in the relative privacy of the Rusty Duck Inn. The entire party now reunited. What would you like to do? It is currently 11 p.m., fresh out of a prison break, nearing midnight.
You guys want to do shots?
Hell yeah, yeah.
I've had a long day. May as well.
Bartender. Oh wait, how many of us? One. Two,
Riley's staying in the
four.
room though. He's not getting out.
4 cement mixers to go.
What the fuck is a cement mixer?
Cement mixers. Haven't had that in a while. Give me a moment.
What is a cement mixer?
Hold on, I'm looking up literally. I know what it does, but it is.
I know what it does.
I know what it does.
I know what you are.
It is Irish cream liqueur, and then in a different shot glass lime juice. So the thought is you take them both at the same time. We have to do it very quickly because the lime instantly curdles the milk in the Irish cream shot. And it gets very gross unless you take it very quickly. And it's called a cement mixer because it mixes in your mouth. Like it curdles.
Yum.
People are way too smart for their good sometimes.
This is not like a pleasant thing. This is like you order it, you make someone order it who doesn't know what it is, and then it's unpleasant.
We're supposed to be level 18, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It says 17 on my sheet.
Guess you're gonna have
Did
to
you
wait till
roll
next
for-
time.
Yeah. Did you roll for hit dice? I may have just not changed it. If you remember roll for hit dice, I can just change it to 18.
How do I change it?
Just open up the little like tab at the top there, and then just you can just change it directly from there. The little gear icon in the same box as the level and the experience points and the chaotic stupid alignment. There you go.
Did Talon ever say anything about this song when it came up in the mix?
Nope. I don't know if Talon was able to hear the music very well.
Yeah, she had headphones on and the audio was only playing through her
Got
laptop
it.
speakers.
Okay.
A shame, really.
Okay, there we go.
There you go. You got it. Yeah, as the bartender begins to just pour some liqueur and cream into like several different shot glasses. Enjoy.
Well, You know I will. And I take like the whole serving tray back to the room.
Did we get a long rest after we went back to the room?
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But Jenna arrives with a tray of delicious-looking shots.
Here you go, guys, at your own pace. Take
It's been a while.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's supposed to be
Cheers.
disgusting, right?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to do it fast, right? Jana's setting
Yeah.
her own pace.
Oh, I'm sipping it.
Oh. Janice is
What do
gonna
I got
down both, like, just put both shot glasses up to her mouth and just throw them back, and then just do like a ooh.
What does curdled milk taste like? Like sour?
Yeah, it's like sour. It's like chunky.
Oh.
I've had worse, but this is not exactly. I could go back to the prison food, I think.
I take each shot individually.
Oh.
It curdles in your stomach instead, where it's beyond consequence.
What
What do I gotta roll to see if I can do this correctly, like Jana did?
How
Oh,
helpful.
God.
4 ways how to curdle milk.
How to get mold on your bread. Just make a general dexterity check. See how quick you can. Oh yeah, no, you got that in. You're deft enough that you can just basically do one after the other.
Oh.
As your mouth begins to fill with a very, it goes from liquid to a thick paste very quickly, and it starts to smell, and it begins to taste a little sour, and then the sourness grows.
Is there a window in the room?
No, there actually isn't.
Damn it. I guess I just swallow it down. Hell yeah.
It's not pleasant. It is. It's like a little like tub of grease going down through it. You know, those like hard pieces of like lard.
Ew.
Yeah, your cement mixers had with varying levels of enjoyment.
That's a really good name for that drink. It's like spot on.
That is a very good name.
Resisting urge to tell you guys
Cement
about the tapeworm.
What other eldritch secrets are rattling around your head, Josie? Some esoteric knowledge from another universe.
Just because I've introduced it, the tapeworm's actually not as bad. It's just a plain shot of a clear alcohol of your choice, like a vodka or gin or whatever it is. But then it's just a straight squirt of mayonnaise down the middle. And it kind of falls down, and it's like a little tapeworm in your drink. It's like
Who
more
names these
visually
drinks?
repulsive, but like in terms of like curdled milk in your mouth, like not that bad.
Yeah.
I don't know about drinking straight mayonnaise, though.
Yeah, it's also
Depends on
not
what mayonnaise.
pleasant.
Y'all done some Japanese mayonnaise.
Oh, here. I'm sorry that I'm like this today.
Never apologize.
This is watch out if you're squeamish.
Oh, ew!
Oh, yep.
They did the twist
Oh.
of you can also salt, pepper, and hot sauce it.
Wow.
I do not order these things. just
I was about to say, do people
clarify.
pay for people? pay
People
for
order
these?
them, but it's like, you know, it
like a
falls.
dare
It's like
drink.
yeah, it's like a dare drink.
What kind of bar just keeps mayonnaise in the back counter?
Can I tell this only works? I think this is like a 1 bar specific, but I think the idea is very, very fun. There's a gag drink that you have to get. There's a couple things have to happen. One, the person, like the bartender, has to know what this thing is. And the second thing is you have to get the person who doesn't know what it is to order it themselves. But I've done it once, and it's so fun. You get someone to order a car wash. And what they don't know it is that the bartender will just go and pour half of a Miller Lite from the tap, and then open up a Miller Lite can of beer, and then pour half of it into a glass, and then you get back the full cup of Miller Lite in a glass and the other half of the beer, and they get charged for 2 beers. But it's all the same beer, just half of it's from the tap and half of it's from a can.
Is the joke that a car wash is a ripoff, or?
Cause it's like water from I don't know. That's the name of it.
It's really funny though.
But it's something like you have to really hype it up and be like, oh, this seems like really, this is a life changer. Like, I order this all the time, and they really think something special is gonna happen, and then they just see it's fucking Miller Lite twice. Like, there's. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to make people order things that they don't know what it is.
You're so evil.
It's all in good spirit.
Boy, am I ever glad I know what I'm about. A good spirit,
Normally, the good-hearted thing is if somebody, is really not, is you just take it on your tab, But I think most people find it funny. Okay, I will tuck everything else in my brain.
Drinking culture had pranks.
Mm-hmm.
They got goofs.
Got gags.
Yeah, but what would you like to do?
We gotta wait for Chris to get his fucking gun back.
Sleepy time?
Yeah, I need a long rest.
Yep, I think a rest is good.
Long rest. Wait, so if I see there's a long rest button now. If I click it,
It'll do all your long rest stuff. I don't know what recharges on your long rest button, but like
That's so
some of your
great.
resources levels do it. Yeah, it's been there for a while. I'm surprised none of you noticed yet.
Should I click it?
If you want to take a long rest, sure. Yeah, it'll automatically
That's not
replenish all your spell
recharges.
slots. Yeah, and like your hit dice and like some resources that I don't want to say programmed. I press like fucking drop down menu, but yeah, you got the long rest, short rest buttons.
when we wake up, can Janice be like, guys, I think I can do a new spell?
You know, it's weird. Same here, because I had this idea. What if I summoned a dragon?
I was thinking, what if I watched Chris no matter what he did, and I would always know where he is?
Oh, you meant the card thing. I see.
I forgot you took that. How much is 1,000 feet? Is that a mile?
It's pretty far, I feel like.
1,000 feet. I don't know how many that. I don't know how much of that is in miles.
How
But
many feet in a mile? No,
I-
it's... There's like 5,000 feet in a mile, so not quite that
oh,
far.
jeez.
During my long rest, can I unattune to the blink back boots and attune to the helm of teleportation?
You may.
Thank you.
Helm of teleportation.
If this helps you, Simon, 1,000 feet is 13 tennis courts. Just visualize that. It's also how big the Eiffel Tower is.
I like how somebody like a lot of imperial measurements. I just like it's like a football field, but like 9 of them, or like it's like yeah, it's like an airport runway, but like 1.5 of an airport runway.
There's a
It's like-
whole list of these.
There's something else I want to try if I may.
Okay.
but just I guess the night before, I'm just like fucking with my stuff and attuning to the helm of teleportation. Can I see what happens if I try to use the apotheosis vessel, the new one?
Okay. You tuned the apotheosis vessel.
I don't think I would attune to it. I thought before, like, we were able to just, like, hold it and it would turn into our weapon. We can't use it because it's not attuned, but I guess, no, right? We have to attune it.
You have to
then it'll-
tune to it. Yeah. Then it. Yeah.
Sure. I'll make sure I know which one is my first one, but I'll swap them out and see what happens.
As you both attune to the teleportation, helm of teleportation, and the new apotheosis vessel, you sort of focus in on the crystal, the sort of first form that the apotheosis vessel had, and turn to the truth seer.
Yeah, makes sense.
Who has the big evil sword again? You gave it to the Atneys, right?
Yeah, they have
Yep.
it.
Was there anything left to do in this city?
Chris needs his gun.
What did we come here for? We dropped off the hostages.
Yeah.
Chrissy, get your gun.
Is it time yet?
It's around 7 in the morning. All of you make perception checks.
Oh my god, I have a 16 modifier to this.
How does that feel?
Weird. After yesterday.
Jesus, that's a
We
lot
get
of,
two now.
3 if you
Does
count
this
your
rely
advantage
on
one.
smell?
It could, yeah.
Oh, well, take the 25.
Okay. You all wake up for the morning. Or rather, you wake up a little bit earlier. And everything is as it was. You just sort of look around. It's a very small room. It's a very fairly cramped in here. It's barely enough for 2 people, and there's 4 of you and a bear. But just with your keen perception, you notice outside the door just very, very faint scuff marks along these sort of baseboards and on the ceiling. And you're fairly certain they weren't there, well, a couple of hours ago.
I'm gonna check for my stuff. Is all our stuff untouched?
Just checking through, all your stuff's untouched.
Alright.
This is in the morning, right?
This is when Riley wakes up, but
Oh,
yeah,
right,
and
okay.
Giorgio wakes up like partway, just as morning about to hit. Giorgio sort of wakes up and takes a sniff, and smells something sus. Jenny, you hear in your brain, someone was here last night.
That's Giorgio's voice?
That is Giorgio's voice.
Can I ask who was here? Can you tell?
Make an intelligence check for Giorgio.
He's smart. He's not. He is.
Not. He is a black bear. He is a not known for their intelligence.
No, before I click it, my boy is smart. My boy is handsome, and he's a genius. Hey,
Could have
not
been.
the worst.
Oh, that's -4,
A feeble mind.
He came out 3. Like that's good, knowing that he had, like he did good. He did good.
Yeah, he did very good.
He could have been good. He could have been good. So there's been like what 5 rolls, and there's been 3 natural ones and a natural 20 immediately.
But we don't use it. We
Yeah.
don't use it.
Giorgio, Giorgio, no, Giorgio doesn't know.
It's okay.
But
Um,
someone was here.
I tell everyone else that, and I give Giorgio a Scooby snack.
I concur. There appears to be scuff marks about the place. Can I do a check to see if I know what they could be?
Make an investigation check to sort of look at it closer. Like looking around, just the scuff marks are very, very faint already, but they sort of have like this, like almost like this gray tone to them. And looking at the scuff mark on the ceiling, you're wondering why is that on the ceiling? As you sort of jump up, press on the board a little bit, it's loose.
I'm gonna take a look.
And you climb up, take a look. It is like a very subtly pried open board from the ceiling that has just been left there. The nails you can see aren't very neatly piled just right next to it. They've just been pulled out very, very carefully, very, very slowly. And looking around, it looks just like the attic. It's like it doesn't look like anyone's supposed to be up here. But it looks like the attic. It's very dusty in here.
And there's nothing of note.
Looking around, no. It is just like the rafters and just the construction stuff.
Should
You
we
can
go
see
up
the
there?
you can see the roof itself, and it's like just how it's constructed. It's well maintained-ish.
Well, from this, I think I can deduce we were invaded by dust bunnies.
I'm gonna misty step up into the attic.
Okay. Mrs. Up, you're now walking around up about there.
Do do I notice anything suspicious in terms of like the roof itself or any windows to go
Make
in?
no windows. Make an investigation or a perception check.
Damn, yeah, there is no windows. Fuck.
Oh, what the fuck's with the natural 20s and 1s today? The parallel universe where you guys are rolling hot and shit. Looking around, it looks like just like the attic. It's not like it doesn't look like it's meant for like anyone to be up here necessarily. And even as you walk around, you can hear the floorboards squeaking fairly badly. It is not necessarily meant to take your weight. But just looking around, you're sort of poking at the roof. It feels very solid. Like it is all shingled and tiled, and then you press one and the tiles fall off, and you can look outside, just out to the street. Yeah, as you sort of poke around more of those tiles begin to just sort of, they've been undone.
Oh. Yeah, it seems like I'll misty step back down into the room. And I'll say, seems like someone may have actually deconstructed their way into our room.
Well, they didn't take anything. We've all got our stuff.
Wait, so we're thinking.
Did
am I able
we-
to investigate the door and see if anyone came in through the door? Like, it seems like they came in through the attic. I'm just trying to figure out if they left through the attic too, if the door has been fucked with.
Is there anything? Oh, sorry.
Make an investigation check. Was it Chris?
Is there anything on our persons that wasn't there before?
I think
You
Riley
make
would
it.
have noticed that, right?
Yes, there was nothing taken, and just checking through belongings, nothing was left behind either. Investigation check. It very, very imperceptibly. Before, you're fairly certain the door was fully shut. And nothing left in or out. You didn't. None of you really left to go and do things. And then once you went to sleep, closed the door. It was locked forever. The door, with your thieves' knowledge, there is a lock on the door. The lock has been picked beforehand.
So they got out through the attic. And Chris, you said there's no exits up there.
There's no exits, but there is seems deconstructed on the tiles.
There's an The deconstruction around the tiles could feasibly, like, fit a person. It's just enough for them to, like, slide through.
Yeah, it's potentially someone could have escaped or came in that way.
Or they're still in there.
I wanna, can I take Azik, who's still like a little stout weasel thing, and tuck him up there and just tell him to follow the trail? Like, not actively, just like passively. He's able to do that while we go do stuff.
Okay. Make a perception check with Azek.
Give me 1 second. Did I say stout? I meant stoat, sorry. He has, let me see, keen hearing and smell. So, I guess he would use smell for this, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Can I do something?
What would you like to do?
Detect magic.
Okay. You throw up detect magic, looking around, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Say 19 for Isaac.
Okay. And he's going outside to just follow the trail.
Yeah, I just want him to go through where the tiles have been loosened and where it seems this person might have escaped, however big the opening was.
Okay.
How big is the opening?
It's about 2 or 3 feet in diameter, like just enough to like if a person was able to go through this, it'd be just enough to fit the torso.
Okay, so it's not like child size or anything.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, but you send Azek up. Are you looking through his eyes or no?
I'll look through them until he goes out of range, and I think the range is like what, 100 feet.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, what was the roll for Azek? 18 plus
19.
19. Okay.
Oh, sorry, he's proficient, so it's 18 plus 30, 21.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. As he sort of looks around, he climbs up onto the rooftop, like fully onto the roof, and is looking around. Around this time of day, there's not a whole lot of activity. There's people starting to get up for the morning, and there's some people already working fairly early on, but it's not like a bustling city street just yet, especially after the whole prison break episode. There is a sort of a tense atmosphere. People are sort of keeping themselves off the road. And occasionally, Azek just sees like this sort of gray blur just on like a rooftop, and when he looks, it's just sort of gone. And then it happens again. And then it happens on the street down there, and you're just walking, and then you blink and it's gone again. It's a very disorienting thing, but it's not like it's happening frequently enough that there's something weird going on out there.
Okay, I'm gonna cast. No, I won't cast anything. I'll say that out loud to the group that Azek sees something gray, blurring, jumping around. Like he can't quite get a view of it.
Maybe it's invisible?
What did? Actually, I guess I wouldn't know that. Never mind. No, yeah, I was here when the guy showed up here, right? He talked to me and Jana.
Yes, I think you are all here except Riley.
The person all in gray, right?
Was he? Yeah, I was about to say. I think he was in gray.
Yes.
I will just have Azek to continue to try to trail whatever the scent is or whatever the gray is, and then I'll stop looking through his eyes, but just have him report back later. I'll summon him back.
Okay. Yeah, Azek tries to follow, but it almost like it jumps from place to place every time he begins to focus on it. It sort of just fades and it appears somewhere else. It's very, very strange sensing it. Like he can see it fine, but then once he tries to focus on it, it just sort of fades away. And it just happens just everywhere, like on a rooftop, on the street, in an alley. Like it just sort of shows up, and then it's just gone.
If he can't get a good look at it, I'll just summon him back then.
Okay.
Just tell him to keep an eye out, and I'll carry him on my shoulder.
Okay. Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Waiting for Chris to get his gun so we can get out of here.
Do we all want to go, or do we want to trust Chris to do it by himself?
If Chris dies, Chris dies.
Chris, we
Okay,
can't have
Senor.
2 jailbreaks in 1 week. I'll go with Chris if he's gonna go.
Yeah, I'll probably head out now.
Okay.
Where's our dragon?
Flying somewhere.
Yeah, in the sky.
Okay.
You can get
Let
there
me
by
check
foot,
if I
no
have
problem,
enough.
pedestrians.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll head out.
Yeah, that's 2-mile trek, 2-mile back. That'll take you like for back and forth by like hour-ish or so. So that's Zero. You're
Okay.
going along with them.
Yeah, it's still. You said it's already like 7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. currently. Yes.
I'm gonna try to stealth as we travel, and I'll say in character like I recommend you do the same, so we don't have a repeat of yesterday. Say no
Yeah.
who you are.
I'll stealth as well.
Okay. Riley, Jenna, what are you guys doing?
Waiting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonding. Can I braid
Bonding over
Riley's
your
hair?
semantics.
I don't know if Riley's hair is long enough to braid, but you can try.
You're like shoulder length there. That's long enough, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna give you French braids.
I don't know what French is, but okay.
Some mythical people that eat bread and they smell bad.
I think most people eat bread. And probably most people also smell bad. Is everybody in this world French?
I guess so.
Your God, no. No, not the French.
Sacre
Money.
bleu.
That's just a game theory, though.
Yeah, French braids being done there. Would you like to add flowers into them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Easy enough for you to just find some
What's?
wildflowers.
Oh no, I don't. I'm sorry. I do not want to add flowers. Does Riley have spare fish scales?
You can take some off. Easy enough.
Riot's fish scales. Yeah, you can incorporate fish scales into your hair.
We're all numb to the scent at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a lovely braid mixed in with like shimmering fish scales that you may or may not be able to smell just with how long you've spent just hanging around Riley. Okay. Zero and Chris, both you make stealth checks.
I made mine.
Oh, you both made yours. Never mind, I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Yeah, making your way to Gunfire Lane. As you get closer to it, you can hear just occasional gunshot, little pops, far in the distance. Not often, not like a shootout, but like it's frequent enough. It is a like you're in the industrial part of the place of the city, so it's not like unheard of to hear just loud clanging noises and occasional pops and explosions, especially in this city here. But trying to stay out of sight. There's a lot of places to duck into in the cogworks. Both you make perception checks.
Can Azek make one? Because I specifically told him to keep an eye out.
Sure.
Okay. I'm not gonna be looking through his eyes. Just he's doing his own thing on my shoulder.
Okay.
So do you want us to both roll? Me and
Yes.
Azek?
Jesus. The rare natural
Oh,
20.
wow.
There's so
Oh,
many natural 20s
shit.
going on. What the fuck's going on? This is the blessed episode.
As it got a 18.
Okay. Uh. Okay. You all notice this as you're sort of walking along a gray blob on the roof somewhere, and then you look at it, focus, it's gone. In the alleyway, same thing, gray blob, sort of moving, focus, it's gone. You saw it with Addict's eyes before, now you're seeing with your own. Both of you notice this. It doesn't happen all the time. It's not like cataracts. It's not everywhere, but like once every minute, there's a gray blob. It's gone. One thing you also do notice, you are fairly close to Black Harbor, and you do see guards, but as you're sort of approaching, they always sort of just turn and go into an alley or turn and go off a road. At no point in your travel do you actually encounter like a guard more than like 200 feet from you.
And they're going down alleys as we get closer in that direction?
Yeah, it's not like they see you and then like they get out of the way. It's just like they're sort of looking for something, like they're on high alert, and then they sort of just like switch feet and then just walk into like another alley as if they're looking for something in there.
Okay.
Yeah, but weirdly, despite a whole prison break last night with the alarm and everything, the city is still somewhat on high alert. The energy is tense and palpable, but you don't see guards nearby you. Nonetheless, you do make it to Gunfire Lane and the small but very fancy abode of the owner of Farseer Firearms, where you got your Giselle rifle. Walking in, the little bell sort of rings as you open the door. Very quaint interior. Everything's very sophisticated looking, even if it is like a small storefront. Glass cases with like very intricate rifles in them. And you see the original gunsmith you talked to before. He looks tired. He looks like he hasn't slept yet. He's gotten out of the sort of night wear that he was wearing before, and now it's just in full work garb. But you can clearly, definitely see bags under his eyes.
How did it go?
Well, I just had to replace a couple of parts. Nothing I couldn't handle. It just took some doing. It is a common malfunction to happen. And he sort of holds up your Giselle rifle. It looks brand new, spanking new, polished and everything. Like all the wear and rust that is accumulated through your journey through snow and ice and sky and sea. It looks as if like it hadn't been touched.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your patronage. Don't do that again.
It will be less intrusive next time.
Yes, I hope that's the case. Anything else? Sidearm, maybe?
What do you have for sidearms?
I have pistols. Always accurate.
Maybe another time, but this will do for now.
Okay. He sort of turns towards Zero. You, sir.
I think I'm good. Can I look around his shop? I'm not gonna walk around, but just kind of scanning the room. Does he have anything out in the open? Like if I wanted to, I'm not going to steal because he helped us. But like if I wanted to.
There's stuff on shelves. No firearms except for like a crossed pair of pistols that are like sort of mounted on a plate, which I'm not sure if it's actually functional or just like a replica. It looks like all of the actual like usable firearms are in the glass case. Otherwise, there's like ammunition. There's just like lead balls around. There's like firearm paraphernalia. Like some scopes, cleaning rods. gun oil.
Yeah, I think I'm good. We appreciate it, and I'm gonna take 100 gold out of my personal and put it on the counter for him, and just keep eye contact with him and just say we were never here. Leave it at that.
And he sort of takes it. Who was here? Okay. And you head back. Okay. Heading back to the Rusty Duck, or anything else you want to accomplish while in the city?
I intend on heading back to the Rusty Dog.
Is are any of these shops able to buy bombs, or is it that just specifically an Atlas thing that they do?
They might have bombs, but like if you're looking for the Atney's thing, that is a specific Atney's thing.
Okay, then I'll wait.
Okay. Okay. Heading back to the Rusty Duck. As you're heading back, you still see those gray blobs. Just frequently, sparingly, like they just show up and then they're gone. And again, there's no guards to assail you. And you just make it back. Yeah, and look around, no guards. Even across like Black Harbor, you're just sort of walking, at least within eye shot, and like there's a huge guard presence there, but none of them come your way.
Is that suspicious?
It's expected for Chris.
I do think it's a little suspicious. Are we stealthing back right now?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe they genuinely don't see us and they're looking for something else, but
I'll-
I do
I'll-
agree it's a little suspicious.
I'll just say, I think it's part of the contract. 2-0.
So we're safe in Altus, right? Thanks to the contract.
Yep, for now.
Yeah, make it back to the relatively small inn, Rusty Duck Inn, and make your way back to Jenna and Riley. Riley is full braided up, fish scales abound.
Well, how's it look then?
That's a great new look.
Insight.
I'm being honest.
I can never tell with you.
Like I said, that wasn't. I don't think that was even a DM thing. That was just Riley going insight and then staring down his throat skull. Yeah, but your gun has been acquired.
I've got it, and it's returned in my hands, and ready to use.
You sure do. Where's Answin? Is she on the dragon?
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, if we've got clearance to go, what's the plan?
We could always head back to Thane. We have business to finish up with the elemental, and then we did leave Lipad like on a whim. Not on a whim, excuse me, but just as a emergency decision. We could go back to Lipad.
I don't really want to go back to Lightpat. That place is probably scorched to the ground by now.
It probably doesn't is not having a good time.
Plus, it's the Rexen territory, and you know they made it out of that, so... not great. If we're going back to Thane, it best be the Elemental. But do we have to do that right away?
That's not my thing. Whenever you guys want. Why would we think it?
Might be a good chance to lay low.
Yeah.
Maybe go spire hunting. Make sure our allies are all taken care of. No gravekeeper nonsense.
Makes sense. Can't kill us all at once if we're on different parts of the fucking planet.
Exactly.
And we still have means of communication with the relaying rocks. Yeah, I have some business to take care of at home, but I'm down for whatever. How long are we gonna want to lay low?
Well, we obviously can't be laying low forever. Riley's gonna focus in on Tempest Retort and be like, do we have an ETA? I know things are kind of up in the air at present, but is there any immediate danger? Do we need to get on this?
Make a religion check. Okay. You've spoken to Tempest Horde a number of times, and most of the time nothing's happened. And occasionally you've prayed to Gwina, and occasionally you see a sign, maybe. But as you ask this legitimately earnest question, as you sort of close your eyes, you picture a very clear sea. Nothing around. It is calm, serene, not a cloud in the sky. And for as far as you can see in the horizon, it is pristinely clear. But as time goes on, eventually you can see a spot of gray in the distance. A fairly large, dark, roiling storm that's a ways off, but immediately around you, you don't feel the effects of it.
Yeah, I think we're probably fine for a small bit.
Where are you guys headed then?
That's a great question. I'm gonna cast Sending to Yule and say, Yule, buddy, where are you at right now?
You wait. And you get back in a very sort of hushed, kind of rushed voice.
Not now, really. A little busy.
Zero. Could you do me a favor?
What's up?
I need you to scry on somebody named Yule Paradabadabada. That's his name. The fuck is Yule's full name again? Yule Paranaldin or something?
Yule Paranaldin.
Yeah, him.
Let me see. What are the requirements for scrying? So, like, do I just need the name? Is that good enough?
You just need to be. There's modifiers depending on how familiar you are with them. Like if you have like a piece of like their toenail or something, like you have like a massive bonus to it. If you know their face, if you know their name, if you know what they're about, you get bonuses to it. But if you just have like a very brief, like description, like you never met them, the DC just increases that they need to make to resist the scry.
I don't have anything from him, so unfortunate.
It's alright. I'll give it a try.
This is the guy
So I'll
you just
use
tried to
the-
scry?
We're doing that now.
Oh no, yeah. I think he sent sending to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what the thing for scrying is. See how much the DC. The base DC is 15 currently, right? For the scrying thing.
Mm.
Okay. Scry. You've only heard of them. 5. You don't have a part. Okay. Okay.
Oh no.
What?
I'm reading the scrying. The DC was already 17.
Oh, okay. That does change things, actually. It is hard to place originally. your vision shoots up above the clouds and it zooms in too fast for you to actually see. And for a while, you're searching. It's searching for something, but then eventually it hits. Okay. You see a elven man, dressed in looks like just very worn and ragged traveling gear, like a heavy wool cloak on. Kind of has like short hair with like kind of a like a bit of scruff going on. Looks like very well seasoned. And you can see he's currently running pretty fast. It looks like he's not like struggling necessarily. He's not like panting and like not like being chased by a murderer, but he is. You can see around him. He's currently kind of in a forest or a jungle, maybe somewhere deeply wooded, and he's currently running with purpose. And he's ducking under tree roots, jumping over them, sort of just kicking off the tree trunks, and just eventually climbs up into the boughs of a tree. You can hear this very loud buzzing as you kind of see this large shape just move past as he's sort of hiding behind this tree. It looks like this huge swarm of insects. It's impossible to tell how big exactly, but it has to be at least like 30 feet.
Oh wow.
Like in size, and it's just right past. And for the next 30 seconds, he's just sitting there hiding. Even around him, you can see there's a bunch of insects around, like even small ones, little mosquitoes that are just constantly harassing him. He's just trying to keep quiet. And for the next, about a minute?
The whole thing lasts 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. The next minute, he just sits there hiding, and then eventually the swarm passes. He waits another minute, and he climbs down the tree as he just takes a kind of deep sigh. Back home I go. And begins to just sort of march with purpose, with knowledge. And for the next 8 minutes, he's just traversing woods, traversing a jungle maybe. It looks a lot wetter than you're used to.
Riley can see this through the orb, right?
No.
No? Oh, it's
No.
only the person who has it?
Yes.
Ah.
Is this like whenever I use the scrying orb, do I go into like a trance kind of state, or is it like with Aztec where I can still talk? I just can't see.
I believe you can still talk. You just can't see or hear anything around you.
Okay. I'm gonna do my best to describe what I'm seeing as I'm seeing it, I guess, softly, because I can't hear myself, but I'm gonna try to tell everyone while I see it.
Does Riley understand this situation? Big bee thing?
Make a just make a nature check with advantage. Yeah. You can't be certain necessarily. There's a lot of places with a lot of big insects, but there is a particular stretch of jungle around your hometown that you are familiar with, called the Stinging Weald. You've been there a couple times. There's a good number of rivers there, but the insects fucking suck. It is filled with them. You could be there. You could also be somewhere else.
Does Zero also, like, relay that he says he's on his way home?
Did he say that?
He did say that.
He did.
Yeah, I probably will give a play-by-play.
Sounds like he got stuck in the Stinging Weald. If he's back to Illyreed, well, that's on the way there. I guess that's my destination too, then.
You're gonna have to take the dragon there, huh?
Well, I could grab a boat somewhere, but in this city, I don't think so.
It'll be faster with the dragon anyway. I don't need it, so probably ride with you there until we have to part ways. But you can take the dragon if you need to. That's where my vote is.
Yeah. Fine by me. You could also just teleport me there.
We
Well,
could,
actually, no, that's probably a bad idea, considering it's hidden and big forest. It could teleport a steady forest, and that's not good. Let's just take the dragon. Jen, any objection?
Nope, go for it.
All right. And that is where we will set out for first.
to the west.
To the west.
I'll guess I'll cast teleportation circle for the dragon.
All right, so you can mark off the cost of the chalk. As you cast teleportation circle, kind of a tight space to cast it, but it's wide enough, barely. Casting the arcane ruins, you kind of shift the beds over to get like a good grip, but eventually a minute of preparing the ritual and you do cast teleportation circle, shooting you back up to onboard Polaris, who is currently fairly high above the city at this point. As you sort of appear back on. Welcome home, masters. Have we decided on a destination?
We're heading west, Polaris.
Westward we go. Any particular location?
Bit of a remote village in the middle of a Haran jungle.
You will have to guide me. Let me know when to ascend, descend, what heading to take.
Will do.
As the flapping wings of Polaris actually just sort of bank a little to the left and begins to just make its way westward towards Aura. Okay.
Basically exactly laterally.
Yep. Trying to see how many days go by. I guess it doesn't really matter if we're gonna do the thing. What the fuck is it? Oh, yeah, okay. It'll take roughly about 3 days-ish to get there.
Alright.
Yeah, moving across. You'll have been on Polaris before for many weeks at this point. Anything you'd like to discuss or accomplish while on the ride over?
So where is everyone else gonna go if Riley's doing this?
I'm gonna return back to Sant. I'm gonna wait until we arrive in Howrah so I can at least have a idea of where to teleport back if I need to, but I'm gonna head back to Sant for some business there with friends. What about you, Chris?
I'm gonna wander the woods.
Which woods?
Maybe several.
All of them, hum?
I have some plans in the work.
Just
but
don't burn them down, yeah?
I'll try not to. What about Jana?
I don't know yet. I feel like there's also some people I need to check up on.
Yeah, Jana, you should probably take the dragon.
I'm fine. Well, who really needs the dragon? Jana's probably the
I.
most fine without, you know?
That is true.
Yeah, me and Chris have teleportation, so we're good. It might be either Jana or Riley if y'all want it.
Riley, you can take it.
Yeah. Okay.
I was born to be down on the ground.
All right then. Just direct Polaris back to Illyrid when they're all in our locations.
Okay. Is that like an autopilot setting?
Probably.
Yeah, I think we've done it before. We sent him to Golmud without us. That reminds me, there is still food in Golmud. Oh shit.
There is, yeah.
I
But
mean, I'll
it's
probably-
being dealt with by Salith.
I mean, dealt with as in they'll receive it, but they have no way to transport it back. I'll probably help them
Oh,
with that first.
yeah,
but
that's
I'll
true.
do that in my downtime.
It's gonna be weird not being around you guys for a little bit, but I think this is for the best.
Well, this is what Deirdre's been doing for the past while. Should check up on her too, actually. Simon, are you at all prepared for that?
I don't even know that Deirdre's on this plane.
That's still only a 5% chance of failure.
Deirdre's token is not in the initiative.
The bird is double dead.
Damn, how you die twice?
Grub, get good.
I have the power to die twice.
But only once.
I didn't receive an answer.
Oh. Maybe hold off on that one.
All right.
I do have ideas.
All right.
It's not like it hasn't been on my mind. I know what Deirdre is doing.
Okie dokie.
I'm just like, do I want to bust out like a what is it, like a vaguely European accent?
Were you afraid you'll offend someone?
It's like I don't know if I can hit those tones.
You can. I believe in you.
But eventually, with the direction of Riley, looking out through the large dining room window, you can see out the front. You can see Polaris' giant dragon head, and you can see some of the jungles of Howard as he starts to descend, and so you can actually get a better look of the land. I don't think any of you have been to Howard except Riley, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Jenna that travels. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But for all of you, this would be a new sight at the very least. Riley, you've seen you've seen your home on the ground floor. You've seen it in the jungles, in the woods, in like what swamps there are. It is moist. It is damp. It's your home. Even if there are insects. But looking at it from above, you get a sense of just how densely wooded this country is. Like almost all of it is covered in trees. And it's only briefly broken up by the mountains that sort of bisect the land somewhat in the middle, the mist peaks. They're not huge mountains necessarily, but mountains. And for most of the country, it looks uncivilized. Like it is almost entirely untamed, at least from the top looking down. You can't see any sign of civilization from where you are. And You know their civilization. You live in these small little remote villages, but they're almost entirely blocked off by the tops of the huge jungle trees. But you know rivers. You know the rivers around your home, and you can see those between the trees, and you can follow those back to Illyreed. Okay.
It's very different getting to see this from the sky.
Yeah. Even as you know the location of Illyreed, you follow the rivers back. You know the Illyreed's right there. It's such a small, tiny, minuscule village that really only you know about. That you can't even see it from the top. And you descend further down, you can see like the 20 or so buildings that make up almost the entirety of the town. This small bundle of families that manage to survive out here. Mostly fish, hunting, gathering, and miraculously somehow also managed to avoid a lot of the elven baggage that came with the history of civilization before it. A perfect little commune of people living in harmony with nature, descending down, sort of trying not to disturb or crush too many trees. You land probably about a couple hundred feet away, not to scare off anybody. It is hard to find a clearing for Polaris, but you find one eventually, or make one. More like kind of crush the tops of canopies of trees a little bit, but it's kind of a tight squeeze. But you are grounded.
Well, that could make for some good lumber. Anyway, you guys want to see my hometown, or you got more pressing matters?
I'm done. Take a peek.
We can take a tour.
Yeah.
All right, let's go then.
We have not been here, but we went to Riley's second hometown.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you went to Riley City, but not his little birthplace here. Yeah, but you all step off. So does Answin. Answin sort of steps off. In a different heat than Sant. Sant is a very dry, oppressive, just sun hates you heat. This is a humid, moisture gets stuck on your skin and just traps heat. It's certainly a little more pleasant than Sant, but it's for people that aren't prepared for this type of weather. It's not great either. You immediately begin to sweat, and it just gets moist. The air feels very, very damp, and the ground is also very, very damp. The trees are massive. You've been to some forests with big trees. These are big trees. The ground is almost entirely unkept. There are root systems all over, going up, down, through, under. If you're not careful, you could twist your ankle pretty badly too. It's kind of interesting even standing here, and the insects begin to come as well. You can hear buzzing, and despite all the these seeming hang-ups, there is a beauty to it. But looking up, you can see sun-peaked canopies, this sunlight beginning to peek through with like the mist illuminating, refracting these luminescent colors all over. You can hear chirping birds, and then you see extremely colorful birds, like birds of paradise, just fly in flits. Some that sort of hover in place, and they sort of dance in the air, and then split off, never to be seen again. You see numbers and numbers of these extravagantly colored flowers of almost impossibly bright shades, just growing out of places you wouldn't expect them, just under rocks, in the trees in the trunks of trees, and just these ivies stringing across the canopies up the trunks as well. It is almost like you've landed on a different planet. It's a very exotic feeling place. Zero, this is... It's weird for you to be hot and also wet at the same time. Like,
Ew.
yeah, you're used to this very dry heat. This is a different type of heat for you.
No. I hate humidity. Me, Misty, hates humidity, but yeah, I get you.
Don't worry about the hair frazzle. That's normal.
As you begin to walk, the trees begin to clear a little bit, and you begin to pass signs of trees that have been cut down. These large trees, they've been cut, dragged to make homes, houses, and you can see huts. There's no like, brick buildings or anything. Everything here is mostly made of wood and whatever they could find. These sort of spherical, domed huts. This very simple leaf and stick doors, and it's not like they're cavemen, but they are living off the land almost entirely. You see small little like almost like docks or like little it's just like a wooden construction just over parts of this fairly medium-sized river that sort of passes through the tiny little village as well. You see one man sort of just fishing and like these two children sitting and watching. See a number of families. See a good amount of children just playing, climbing up trees, jumping off heights that should be far too dangerous for children. But it is a sort of picturesque, idyllic little village. And eventually
Welcome to Illyreed.
Eventually they all notice your approach as well. At first, they're wary, but they see Riley, and you can hear sort of calls in Elvish. Riley, you understand. It's Chris as well. They're sort of just going, hey, come quick! As eventually a small crowd begins to gather. As they all begin to sort of just approach, you can hear the chatter. Just beginning to build as they begin to approach, and you approach them as in turn. As they get closer, you can hear sort of calls ringing out in common, and you just sort of hear, "Hey, Riley's back!" And then you just hear a bunch of like, "Riley!"
They missed you.
Yeah, Riley will say in Elvish, sorry to drop in so unexpected. And then he'll switch to Common. These are my new friends. Say hello.
Almost a little creepy, but they all sort of just like take turns like, hi.
What food do you bring me?
A child sort of just walks up to you and gives you like a half-eaten like fruit. It's kind of like pink and like just like chewed on a little bit, and like not like well, like what like kind of a child would do when they just kind of like mush into their teeth a little bit and they kind of slurp it up.
I'll eat it.
It's very sweet. It is very much a tropical fruit. There's like a big old seed in the middle, just a single one. Yeah, not bad. A couple of kids just run up to you, Riley, and just go like, "Can you tell me what you see? What you see? What's the the other places like?"
Oh, where do I even begin? There's so much out there. The mainland alone is massive. They have towns where they build ships. They have towns where they have these strange vehicles where they ride on rails. And you can fit a lot of people in them. You could fit all of Illyreed on just one of them. And they take you from place to place, and you go to this city, and it has these other strange vehicles and these weird pipes, and there's steam everywhere.
Whoa, what's a pipe?
It's this weird metal thing.
What's a ship?
It's like a boat, but really big.
What's the mainland?
It's the place that's really far away. And it's big.
The kids are entranced.
I'll conjure up like little figurines as Riley's saying that, like a boat and what a pipe is, and a map.
Yeah, you make a map of just like, and the kids sort of just like take it. It's like,
Is this the whole world?
As far as we know.
uh, Riley, eventually you see sort of walking up with like this big basket of fruit, a woman. You know her to be like fairly old in terms of elven like lifetimes, but she doesn't look like she's really aged necessarily. Maybe a little bit. You see Avanan Winry, your mother, a elven woman, long hair that goes up to like the middle back, sort of braided around side of her head that sort of trails downwards, and just in this very simple leaf green, like fibery dress, and she sort of just walks up with this basket of fruit, very similar to the ones that you just ate, Chris.
Really?
Hi, Mumsy. It's been a few years.
Yes,
He'll go
it
hug
has.
her.
She hugs back.
So, tell me about your travels.
Oh, man. Perhaps over some fruit inside.
She sort of looks up over your shoulder and sees the very not belonging people. And she sort of walks up to all of you.
I assume you are my Riley's friends?
Yeah.
Yes.
My name is Avanan Winry. You can call me Winry.
Nice to meet you.
Wait, how do you spell that?
That's
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Would you be staying for dinner tonight?
Definitely.
Sure.
What are you having?
I believe a celebration is not a...
You don't have to go that far for me.
Party, party.
You know what? I've had a rough couple of days. Let's do it anyway.
Hell yeah. Riley, do you have cement mixers in this culture?
No, we don't have anything like that.
I'll leave your hometown pure and untouched.
Please
Where
do.
are-
I don't want anybody to experience that.
Where are the moon elves located normally?
make an intelligence check. Okay. You don't know necessarily the like just like geographically like where they're located. Typically, historically they're located in Haura, but you're sitting under. I guess more of a history check actually. Make a history check.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I forgot that was a thing. Okay. Now you remember. A while ago, the moon elves were amongst the most subjugated elves under the sun elves, the ones that actually like made that whole power and empire thing. Some of them, some of the families are still kind of in like this indentured servitude thing. The ones that aren't sometimes eked out a living and how sometimes moved elsewhere and just didn't have to deal with it anymore. So a lot of the elves that you see just kind of elves around the world, they're more common usually than just like like sun elves, just because they've escaped necessarily, somewhat escaped Hara when
Yeah.
the whole thing kind of fell apart.
Yeah. So it's sort of what Chris's parents did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but over the next couple of hours, really, they make a whole deal of it. They have contests, fishing contests. Riley, you win.
Yeah.
Does
Was
everyone
Yule
gathers
there?
on?
Is Yule here yet?
Yule has not arrived.
Okay, yeah, then Riley would absolutely win. No contest.
Yeah. Everyone gathers on like the little like wooden bridge next to the river and just you know, fish. Who gets the most fish? Riley. Running contests, climbing contests. They have these little like bark fiber hoops they try to throw onto stakes in the ground, and part of the celebration seems to be just going out and gathering food, ingredients, decorations, and just sort of gussying up the place up. And by the evening, eventually, a lot of people have started this huge cooking pot, and everyone sort of just adds a few ingredients in one at a time, mostly what they caught. Very Stardew, like
Yeah. Riley will add one of his fish in.
as do many other people. They add fruits, vegetables, just something like crushed like leaves that they know can be like herbs and spices and stuff. There's singing, there's dancing, as the day wears on, evening comes to a close. Everyone's had their fill, and the sun begins to set, but you don't quite see it very well beyond the trees. And by the end of the night, everyone heads to their respective huts. The fires under the cooking pots, the couple of torches lit just to keep everything visible, are the only lights around. Is there anything anyone would like to do during the celebration or afterwards?
No, not particularly.
Have a
Okay.
good time.
Yeah, unfortunately, no alcohol. They have not invented this yet.
Where's the celebration taking place?
In Illyreed, just around the village generally.
Oh, in like a main square.
There is no main square.
It's a village, not a
the
city or
village.
town.
There's no gathering area.
It's very primitive.
The entire village is about like 20 buildings.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
and
we
the
about to
buildings
get-
are like hut.
Are about to get hallmarked, and this is like our small town, and we're all gonna find our true loves and stay here forever. And it's always Christmas.
They don't get it.
Thank you. Thank you for getting it.
Somebody has to, right?
Explain.
This is like a Hallmark movie trope. Big city person moves to small town for Christmas, and they fall in love and decide to stay in small town forever.
Yeah. They abandon the city life and they realize how draining it was. They're like, no, that's not the meaning of Christmas.
Big city job, big career is bad. Small family in small town with pine tree, good.
Hmm.
I sacrifice my automobile for a horse.
And you regain your soul back, according to Hallmark.
In real life, that's like such a shitty story because it's always like somebody coming back to their hometown. You're gonna marry the person that stayed in your hometown the whole time? Fuck no.
No.
That's a nightmare.
Does that make Stardew Valley a Hallmark game?
Kind of does, actually.
Oh my god!
You could side with the corporation, though. But then it's just a story of evil.
Oh my god!
You two
And you
work for
and
JoJo.
Stardew
Stardew
Valley's a
Farm-
Hallmark movie.
Farms are somehow always involved because it's like you get a scene where it's like a big city executive has to like milk a cow, and it, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hallmark movies, they should start sending them down into the mines too.
I'll get black lung. There is no happy ending.
You know what? Okay, maybe I'm just taking a bunch of berries because there's no like, you know, there regularly though is like the mine shut down and no one has been able to work in this town for years. True. Okay, moving on.
I would like to cast Sending.
Alright, on who?
Salif.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm checking in from Howrah.
Mhm.
How are things holding down in Golmud? Has the food arrived? That should be 21.
Okay. Yeah, you find a quiet spot during the celebration after finishing your meal. It's really nice. It was a different palette than used to. But after sending the message, you get back. Things are going well. Their food hasn't come yet. Still waiting. Quiet so far. That's the end of the message.
I forgot, who else got one of these relaying rocks? Was it just Answin?
Anzen got
Yes.
one, I think, what is it?
Did we give the dragon one?
How would the dragon have one?
Salith has yours, 0.
Oh, okay, well, I just used
Yeah.
the spell anyway. That's fine. Yeah, I think it's
Does
probably just
Claudine have
happy to see if
one?
Anything happened.
Claudine has one with Riley.
She has a
Oh,
normal
okay.
sending stone, like the,
Yeah.
yeah. You have a more advanced relaying rock.
Wait, let's check on not Answin, but Claudine too.
The last thing I told her was that her dad is probably dead, and then we failed a deal with the Rexons, and she's like, "Probably don't talk to me anymore, or at least don't be seen with me anymore."
Can I get the sitting stone from Riley?
You want to have a go at it? All right, go ahead. Is that how that works? These aren't like things you have to attune to, right?
No, just whoever's holding the other side.
All right, go for it.
Fuck, what am I gonna say? Hey, this is 0. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm trying to count. I'm sorry for the way Riley handled that. We don't know anything for certain. That's 22. Oh, and then I have 3 more. We left Flypat. Oh, that's 25.
Yeah, you get back pretty. Oh Jesus, you get back pretty immediately. It's fine. Just worried me a bit. I have not heard anything from
the Rexons yet. May want to keep distance for now.
That's about all you get.
What's that sound?
I'm not sure. What is that?
I think that might be on Josie then. It's okay.
What is that?
Yeah, it's definitely your end.
Oh, I think like a fan or something. It's not bad. I
Oh,
just
I'm
didn't
running
know.
a space heater. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. You're good. My
Has that
ADHD
been
brain is
happening
just like,
the
what
whole
is it?
time?
No, that's why I just noticed it recently. You're good.
I did not even move.
You're good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to bother anyone about. Okay, can I cast Sending? Okay, so I used my spell Sending for Salith. I used the Sending Stone for Claudine. Can I use Sending my spell and I'll use my other spell slot? One more time, and I want to do Sending to Agrabane.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say. Where did he say he was last? He was in the city like, in Sant Medea, right?
He was in Miari, I believe.
Right. Okay.
He's in Miari doing
Doing fuck
War-
shit.
you're doing a little bit of war crimes.
Okay, great. I'll say, are you still in Miari? I'm heading back to Fintu soon. Soon. I'm bringing back Salith. I think that's 15. I really need to speak to you as soon. Speak to you. That's 22. I'll end it there.
You just hear back a fairly gruff voice. Yes. That's it.
Oh, piece of shit. Wasted a spell on that bitch ass. In character, have I, or I guess on the character too, have I or Zero told the group about Agrabane and what he's doing yet? I think I might have told out of character.
You may have discussed that with Salith in the game, but I don't think any of the Zodiacs know.
Okay. Then I guess after that I'll join back with the party and I'll try to find a second to say that whenever we get time. But it doesn't have to be right now, just before the night ends.
Yeah. It's plenty of time to do it. There's a lull once the celebrations start to linger on into the night. The fires start to dim a little bit. Everyone just gets tired and goes to their respective huts. And you sleep in Riley's mom's house, Winry's house. It is a circular hut with like leaf bedding, like very large fronds of leaves. And there's usually only two, but she fashions some stuff together, just goes out for like an hour and then comes back with a bunch of leaves and sticks and just fashions like a small little like sleeping area. Not unlike a doggy bed.
Damn.
It's
bro.
not much, but it's home. We're a little bit spoiled on the mainland, aren't we?
Yeah. I probably have, that's out of character. I probably have something similar back in my house, right? Just like a pile of like a single blanket in the corner, just a little nest.
Yeah, usually. Like sometimes you get like beds, like raw materials that people like to make them, because you do get like processed raw materials stolen usually, but you get some of them. It's like your bedding situation is slightly better, you think?
Okay. I guess while we're all hanging out together then, as the nights calm down, I will take a moment and I'll just tell the party in character. Before the night ends, I'm probably going to be heading to Golmud to pick up my friends from there, I'm going to Fentu, and I'll probably be spending my time there while we lay low for a bit. Obviously, if you need me, reach out to me or anything. I will say, because we have made ourselves affiliated. We have associated ourselves with the with Pierceful Dogma in the past, and I know, Simon, what's his name? Niles.
Yeah, Niles Ort. Yeah.
Yeah, we have the trust of Niles Ort. I have to go home. While I'm glad I did manage to get food to Fentu, that's not gonna last long, and it's not anything good. It's just, dried meats and things like that. They need more than that. So I do plan on going home and helping my friends again to steal what we can to bring back on a much larger scale, because we have the means to do so now. And one of my friends, Agrabane, he's a guy I grew up with. He taught me how to fight. He's a bit older, but not by much. He also has a brother he's very protective of, but Agrabane, I discovered through scrying, has been killing Pure Soul Dogma members in the city. And I don't agree with that, but I don't blame him. They took his family, and I understand why he's doing it, but I do feel the need to intervene with that. And so if for some reason I get mixed up in the mess that he's created regarding Pure Soul Dogma and Sant, it's a different creature in Sant. In Sant, they're merciless, and tieflings can't even walk the street without being persecuted for something, and it's much different than the ones we've met here. But if something happens, I may be affiliated with him, who's affiliated with the deaths of them. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up before I get into that and before I come back from any time apart, because I know you guys didn't sign up for that.
I mean, I'm not really opposed to losing the Pure Soul Dogma as allies, because we've made a lot of enemies. What's one more?
Sorry. The way you said it was funny.
I have the badge.
Yeah, maybe you can go find him and get a favor done or something.
Yeah, use that before we lose it. Wait, me take it?
No, Chris.
Chris, okay, yeah.
Chris is taking what?
Wait, that was to get into Sant, or was that to get into...
I think that was just for a favor. That
Yeah, just for a
he gave it
favor.
to us because
Yeah.
we helped save his friends. That Pure Soul Dogma pin for the one that Niles Ort gave us, and I think Nelid, when we saved him and his friends, we still have that pin, and I think he said it was good for one favor, and in my opinion, Chris should not have it.
Right.
Well, I don't think I'll be encountering them out here. So I don't want it.
Was that to go into Sant or Narset?
Oh, neither. I think it was just a favor from Pure Soul Dogma.
It was a symbol that basically Niles gave you that basically vouched for your your God, what's the word for it? Your like authenticity. Like you are good people. Here is my stamp of a seal.
Yeah.
And then like you could possibly
okay.
use it to like curry some favor.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We should definitely be careful with it, because if for some reason we do anything else despicable and they find that on us, I think it'll come back to him. Does it have his name on the pin, or does it just?
Not only does it have his name on the badge, it has his blood on it. Written, like it has his name and like his whole like oath on it written in his own blood.
Yeah, so he kind of put his neck out for us in that way, and I don't consider all Pure Soul Dogma enemies, just the individuals that have chosen to do what they've done, but I do feel bad getting him into any hot water for being associated with us if I get mixed up with Agrabah, who is literally killing them. I wonder if we can give it back to him?
That's possible too.
Because I don't feel right having it, because he seems cool. He seems like good people, and we already have our names being dragged through the shit right now. It's not going to get much better for me and the tieflings, and I don't know what that means for him. So I kind of feel bad that we have it at all anymore, going down the path we've gone down. I can try to get it back to him if you guys are okay with that. I can't think of anything we'll need it for.
I think if we needed a favor from Pure Soul, we would have already sought them out.
Yeah, because at this point, if they find us, they're not going to give us any favors. They're going to just arrest us.
Well, do you know that for sure? Are they...
They were there when the Grand Arbiter was telling us that we had to go kill the dragon. They were there in the room with him. So, I mean...
Oh, I didn't even notice.
No, yeah, because they asked me about Salith. I threw them off and I told them Zola's name instead, but they were there.
I don't think so.
They weren't there?
They weren't in the throne room specifically. They were there a couple days before, or all before, and then I believe the Grand Arbiter asked you because they asked him.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take the badge to give it back to Niles unless it's a unanimous vote, because it's not just for me, but my vote is to give it back to him, just because if for some reason we lose it and people find out that he was affiliated with us, that's gonna come down on him when he hasn't really done anything wrong.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in dragging more innocent people into the nonsense.
Jana, what's your stance on it?
I'll go with whatever the group wants.
Well, with one abstainee, that makes it a majority.
Wait, what's this decision?
I'm
We're giving
saying-
the badge back.
Yeah, I'll be the one to do it just because I have teleportation now and I can probably be kind of relatively sneaky about it, and I don't want to drag you guys into it anymore, but I do want to return the pin, the Pure Soul Dogma badge that we have, to Niles Ward because it has his name on it, and it's not looking good for us.
I might need it.
What are you gonna need it for?
I have goals.
You're gonna be a little bit more specific.
What are you doing?
Oh, well, you persuaded me. Oh, yeah, goals? I didn't. Oh, you should have said that.
What goals are you talking about?
I thought you were
I
gonna
think-
roam around in a forest. What do you need this
Yeah.
Talking
for?
about we need to trust each other more.
I think we should keep it just for a little longer, and then we can give it back.
You gotta give us reasons. We can't
Yeah, we
keep doing
can't.
this.
If you don't have a use for it right this second, that a use that wouldn't be tied back to you, Chris, because you're a criminal. In order to use it, we'd have to give it to someone in Pure Soul Dogma, and who's to say they won't just turn to sin? And then, now that you're trying to use it, Nilesord is directly affiliated with you. Like, that's what I'm saying, we can't use it anymore.
I think there are ways that you could use it without them realizing it's you.
But what do you need it for, Chris?
You never know. Access?
I still vote we give it back. Whatever they have that we need access to, we'll get access to. The same way that we have ways to use it without, you know, them knowing it was us, we have ways to just get access without them knowing it's us.
We stand more to lose with it than if we
If
got rid of it.
we give it back, can I have the sword?
Absolutely not. Chris, we can't use it for anything. If there's something that pin can get us, we can get it on our own. We have teleportation, we have disguises, we have ways to deceive people. We can get it on our own. We don't need the favor anymore. And even if we wanted to use the favor, yeah, we don't. The whole point of giving it back is that we don't want him to be affiliated with us because we're doing not great stuff out here.
Well, it's being
Chris,
perceived as such anyway, and we can't really change that.
Yeah. Chris, I need you to think about him for a second.
But this too. You're about to leave me in a deserted area. You're gonna have no access to your funny bard for who knows how long. And I don't see anybody complaining about that. But a coin from a guy we met once? No, that's important. Oh, we gotta have that.
Chris, you are powerful enough. Whatever that pin could get you, you could get it on your own. I promise you that.
Um,
I mean,
Jesus, that's a long pause.
Yeah, I was about to be like, yeah, he.
majority kind
The
of rules on
fly.
this one too.
Yeah.
Like,
and if
doesn't-
nothing
this
else,
is
I will take it.
pointless. Fucking eat
Yeah.
it
He-
right here.
And you can't really not have it stolen from you. Zero will find a way. May as well do it, you know, honorably instead.
Yeah, Chris, I don't want to have to do that. We've already had these conversations about you helping us as a group and not making decisions just for Chris. And we've talked about the consequences if you made a selfish decision again. And now that we're splitting ways, that there could actually be consequences to that. And you might be in a situation in the future where you might need the rest of us. And so we want to be able to be there for you, but we need you to be on the same page as us and work as a team. Right now, the team's saying we need to give it back.
I need more incentive to give it back.
I'm going to decide to hand it off to Chris.
Make a sleight of hand check. Boy, howdy, do you get it?
Okay. I'm just going to say, you know what, Chris? Fine. Whatever you want. And I will walk away from him.
Can Winry hear all of this?
She's been in the room the whole time. No.
She was in the room. Yeah, she was just sitting there. She's like, I don't know what's going on.
It's nothing, Mumsy. Yet.
He sort of leans over to you, Riley. Are your friends okay?
We're never okay. That's our secret. Dysfunctional little family we've got here. More importantly, have you heard tell of arrival of Yule?
No, is he coming back?
From what I understand.
Oh, well, I have to get ready for his next celebration then.
That's all I got. For now, anyway.
Okay.
Hey, Riley.
0.
Could you do me a favor since I'm out of spell slots? Could you is there any way you could cast Sending and ask Niles where he's at?
Sure. To do sending. Hello, Niles Ord 3. Riley of the Xodiacs here. Do I give it the purpose?
I wouldn't. I would just ask. I'd say like, hey, we I don't know. Say what you want. I don't tell him the purpose.
We're curious as to where you are, Send.
Yeah. You send the message. Riley. I am on a ship heading back to Sant to see my family.
And I
This
relay
is
that. Oh,
urgent.
so no, go on. Go. 0, is this urgent?
Not urgent, I would say, but is there any way? I'm sorry to ask you to use another spell slot, but could you ask him when he thinks he'll be in Sant, and if so, which city?
Alright, then. Spell slot. Not necessarily urgent. Not necessarily urgent. Just wondering, where we can swing by and find you some point in the near future, Send.
You get back. I'll be in Nivi in a couple of days, but then I'll be taking the pilgrim's path back to Miyari. Back home.
I will relay that to 0.
Where's the first place he said, Simon?
Nui.
Nivi.
That's that's a V?
Is the-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is the coastal town. That is where pretty much all ships leave and go to and from Sant, head to eventually, because it is the closest to the mainland, and everything else around it is just too damn dangerous.
Have I been there before?
You have not actually. You went from your town of Fentu to Miyari and then hitched an airship away. So you have not gone to any other cities in Sant, unless the two big ones.
Okay, I'll catch him near Miyari then. It's fine. Thank you, Riley. I appreciate it.
Nice, what I do?
Oh Jesus! Yeah, and you had the discussions, topics for the night.
Nothing in particular, no. I assume Riley will just fill in everybody's escapades off screen so I don't have to literally RPC everything.
Fair enough. But as you all bed down for the day, the big doggy bed that it was made for you. Morning comes. Like the wee hours of the morning, the orange sun, you can't quite see it, but you can make out some of the light through the canopies, the purple across the early morning sky. Everyone in the village is already up and about, wasting no daylight. But you all arise.
Riley's gonna do as Riley does. He's going for a fish.
Make a fishing check. With the powers of a fishing champion, you go to one of your favorite spots, just a little ways out of the village. Not too long of a walk, a couple minutes. And there's a fairly small pond. It's mostly just a stream, but it's built up fairly large because of the divot in the ground. You cast your rod in, pull the rod out, and very familiar fish that you grew up fishing. And this is one of the places where you learned how to. Nothing huge, just familiar, small little freshwater fish. But it's nice to be in a spot that is a place that holds a little bit of memory.
Right. Just like the old days.
You can add 3 fish to your inventory if you like. Not that
Sure
it'll
thing.
last like the however long you guys can be.
And I don't have
Split up.
access to the fridge any longer, so it doesn't matter. It's just nice to get that out of the way. He's going to be doing that a lot while he's here.
Okay. Any other topic of discussion or heading out to the next?
Real quick, Riley will cast Sending to Yule, and he'll be like, still stuck in the Weald?
You get back pretty immediately. A little bit. Just avoiding the clouds is more of a pain than I thought. I'll be back home in a couple of weeks. Taking my time. Scenic route.
I'll send another one. How's this? How about I meet you halfway?
Yeah, you get back pretty immediately. That's if you can find me the first. I'm pretty good at hiding, you know this. Call it a game then.
Alright, challenge accepted.
You're good at hiding. Well, we have a Jana, so
Well, I mean, that's if you guys want to participate in
No.
this. He said he's going to be a few weeks.
no, yeah, I know. Just kidding. I think today will be my last day in. How do you pronounce your town name? Illyreed?
Illyreed? Yeah.
Yeah, I think today will be my last day in Illyreed, and I'll be in Fintu by the end of the night.
And this will also be Riley's last day in Illyreed for roughly a week. Because after tonight, he's going to set out and go through the Stinging Weald. I have an idea. Riley can kind of just summon electric essence via his apotheosis vessel. So he could probably just like statically electrify any bug that tries to get him.
A bug zapper.
Yeah, literally a walking bug zapper.
You're going to use your ancient artifact to descended from the gods, crafted to fight an ancient war to ward off insects.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What, you
D&D.
wouldn't use the falchion to slice an apple?
Use Excalibur, peel potatoes.
It's a tool. You use it how it can be used.
But yeah, for the next coming days, weeks, you will make your way through the Stinging Weald to try to find your longtime friend, mentor, Yul Paranaldin.
that's the one.
Okay. Any final words before you head off for your downtime?
To Zero, Jana, and Answin. Stay safe, guys. And of course, we've got the rocks. You can talk to me whenever. If you want to hear my beautiful voice at any time. And he'll turn to Chris and in Elvish say, "Don't fuck up." And with that, he'll head back into town for his final day there.
Before I part with Riley, I'll ask. I'm gonna stop by Goldmud on my way home. Do you need me to relay any messages?
Depending on how long we're separated, they can probably expect to see me at some point again.
Okay.
So maybe
Brandon.
just expect Riley.
Is Brandon still connected?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, good. All right, cool. All right.
Stay safe, Riley.
Well, I'm going into the big fuck you bug forest, so I don't know how safe that'll be, but I've been in there before, and I've survived it, so shan't be too hard again.
You got this.
Alright then, Zodiacs, break!
Break.
Cohorts.
No!
Too soon.
Too ominous.
Hello?
One party member home. Comfortable.
For
the
now.
rest of you, for now. Are you taking the dragon to Golmud or are you teleporting?
I will be teleporting. Go ahead.
Jana has to take the dragon. Jana can't teleport.
Yeah, I can teleport to Goldmud. Which I will do so right now. I'll
Okay.
give Jana a little fist bump.
Jana gives you a hug.
Oh,
Until next time.
see you.
Where's Chris?
He's about to head out as well.
Yeah, I'm about to head out.
Jana will
He won't
wave-
say where yet.
Okay. Jana will wave off and be like, I know you're not gonna tell us what you're gonna do. or whatever it is. But use your brain. You're a smart kid.
Yep. And good luck to everyone.
Jana loads up Answin and Giorgio on the dragon.
As you, Answin follows, she's bringing, she's already like ingratiated herself with like the local culture. She's got like a whole dress, flowers in her hair, like a hand woven basket of fruit already, and she's bringing along a little gift basket. All right, so 0 to Gulmud. Jana, where you headed?
Don't know yet.
Okay. Chris, where you headed? Or do you want to keep that a secret?
I'll keep it a secret for now.
Okay.
No, you gotta tell the dragon.
Chris
Does
is
that-
Oh,
not-
I'm-
No, he doesn't have
I'm-
to tell anyone anything. He can teleport wherever he wants to
Jana's
go.
heading back
No,
towards
that's
the
true.
mainland, though. Like, generally,
true.
generally, I'm heading
Okay.
back over there.
Okay. I'm gonna get your
Specifically IDK,
tokens.
yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't prepared to enter the session with downtime, but I'm glad we're here.
Yeah, that's okay. I wasn't prepared. Just period.
Oh wow, our tokens are gonna be spread out so far. No.
Ill agreed. Gulmud Harbor. And somewhere on the mainland, and Chris could be anywhere. Literally, he can get anywhere.
Fuck it, the moon.
That'd be funny.
Wait, if we guess where Chris is going, will you tell us if we're right?
Sure.
I guess he's going to Narset.
Is that Gary Homeland?
Yeah,
I'm also yeah, that was also my guess.
there you go.
No, that won't be where I'm going.
That's kind of
I have a feeling. I think I know where he's going.
To jail. Can you imagine, like, he just like, you know what, I've done some stuff. I do need some time to reflect.
Wait, how do you, like, if we wanted to visit the Atneys during downtime, like, do we need...
You would need Janna's bell.
Yeah.
Okay. So
or
we'd
you
have
can
to
go
visit
buy your
Jenna.
own. You can go buy your own bell.
Yeah, we can all afford one by now. Actually, yeah, can we do that before can we part ways? Can I go buy my own bell?
Yeah. You guys are trusted enough people. I think they would sell extra bells too. They like to keep that a little tight,
Yeah.
so they can't just die and someone has access to the Annie thing. But you guys have gotten alive. You guys have been alive. You guys can buy bells if you'd like to.
I'll pass.
How
I
much were the
don't think I
bells
need
last
one.
time?
I think they're like 500 gold each.
I'll buy one.
Do you remember
Okay,
when we
500 gold
almost
for me.
didn't buy it
Yeah, we
in the
did.
beginning?
Oh.
We were like,
Oh, what a-
these people are murderers.
Yep, what a game changer.
We had to roll for that encounter too, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you randomly rolled it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Ever since that random encounter, I've never had to make another magic shop again. Yeah. Anyone like the Annie Bell? 500 gold.
Pass.
Okay.
Sure. I'll buy an Annie bell.
All right. The final act of the group thus far is to purchase an Annie Bell and then teleport off to your own destinations. The dragon flying eastward. Riley staying home. Zero. Heading to Gulmud Harbor, and Chris is Chris. Okay. Yeah. Zero. Do you have anything from Gulmud Harbor?
I'm pretty sure I had literally like taken pebbles or something, like
Okay.
a rock by the. It was like by the dock because I had to give it to Chris to make sure we got back to the docks correctly.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. Yeah, 2 hours and that's a short session, right? Unless there's any final things you'd like to do, either together or individually.
I think I've set myself up pretty well for the Riley one shot.
I'm about as ready as I could be.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Good
Okay.
to go. It's just more so planning for me.
Yeah, you have a good amount of weeks to plan, and it doesn't have to be on Fridays if you have some extra time earlier or beforehand throughout the week. 17th is when we pick it up. Jesus.
It's a month from now.
A month,
Wait.
a whole month.
So what will be the order in terms of
Just
one
whoever's ever first. I don't have just like whoever's prepared and have ideas, just let me know.
Mills, you said you wanted to do like 2 of them for Chris. You should probably go first then.
Is there a place that we can look to see what we can do in downtime again? Like, is that in the book?
It's in books. They're just like they're not very interesting things. It's just like make pottery, sell it. You will work on a skill, write a novel. They're very like gamey stuff. But like if you have any like story things you like to do, you can use that to get it out of the way too. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the player's handbook has stuff.
I'm probably also gonna need 2 sessions.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you know what? Depending on what happens in my first one, I might need to as well. We'll see what happens.
Damn, a lot of D&D.
Yeah, lots.
This is the most D&D I've ever played in my life.
You'll get your chance as a player one day.
I was already stressing with one shot in the main game. Now I have 4 one-shots in the main game.
Hey man, 2023 is a new fucking year.
Between adventures, maybe? 186?
Let me see. It's somewhere. It might be in DMG. I'll double check, but
Resting. Between adventures. Many adventures also
God
use this
damn
time
it.
to perform other tasks, such as crafting arms and armor, performing research, or spending their hard-earned gold.
yeah, there it is. I think.
Or finding hard-earned gold.
Or taking hard-earned gold.
Or fishing hard-earned gold.
Lifestyle expenses. Living a particular lifestyle doesn't have a huge effect on your character, but your lifestyle can affect the way other individuals or groups react to you. For example, when you lead an aristocratic lifestyle, sorry I struggled, it might be easier for you to influence the nobles of the city than if you lived in poverty. Interesting. Chris is gonna go live in a castle.
He's gonna make one.
You're gonna find one and then kill the tenants and then claim
What?
it as his own.
What was the time frame again? Like how much time until we reconvene?
We
That's a good
haven't
question.
even decided that yet.
Okay.
I think it's just as it calls for.
Are we?
We have access to each other, so it's fine.
Are we officially
was-
out of character, like that part, and now we're just kind of loosely player talking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause we're all separated.
I was hoping for maybe a year downtime.
I could do a year.
Year?
And again, the teleporters have access to everybody else. It's fine.
How long have we been? We haven't even been together as a group for a year, have we?
About half a year.
Yeah, you guys have Jesus. You guys met literally at the beginning of the year, day 1, because I was lazy.
New Year's Eve, New
yeah.
Year's Day.
Yeah, it is currently the.
It's like High School Musical.
God.
It's like One Piece!
God.
One Piece is real. Yeah, it's the 64th of harvest, so you're like a little past halfway of the year. Oops. Yeah, you guys will be apart longer than you've been together.
Yep.
Oh. Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna have to think. I'm definitely gonna have to think about this because I feel like there's a lot of possibility here. I feel like I have a couple directions I think I could go.
Yeah, you can also this is one of the fun things. You can try making your own spells if you want to.
That's fun.
I think it's like what was it? Maybe under research or something like that. Or crafting. Spell crafting. Not really. A lot of things you can do in that time. Literally as what can you yeah. Imagination is the limit.
Did Jana ever do the mammoth ball thing?
Not yet, no.
I'm not saying I will, but
Yeah, nobody ever said that had to be a group activity.
no. I do wonder if that like requires other stuff though. I don't really know what I mean by that, but I feel like I'm gonna get there. Like I still think you guys all need to find your orbs.
I don't think it's based on us. I think the way, because Jen is a ranger, she has more innate access to the orbs. So I think that's actually just a full Jada thing, and you've only found one of them so far.
This is
Orb.
this is Jana every night before she goes to bed.
I've seen I've seen his picture before. Wait, what is this
Just
from?
pondering your orb meme.
Are these from like a book or a show or something? Or like a game?
It literally is probably from something, but I think it's just a very prominent meme.
Well, let's check what Know Your Meme has to say. Pondering my orb.
It's from like a D&D, like second edition D&D book.
The original
This-
picture used in the meme comes from a game book that featured the artwork by English historical and fantasy illustrator Angus McBride on its cover, called Middle-earth Quest: A Spy in Isengard, which was published in 1988 for a role-playing game based on The Lord of the Rings.
That checks out. Yeah, I'm saying this feels like very like just run of the fair fantasy art. Yeah, that seems fun. Can you drop that link? I want to go check out that module.
Does it have a link? No,
Or
it
just
doesn't.
like the Know Your Meme page and all.
Okay.
It's just easy. I'll research this later. This is what I use in my downtime. I'm gonna research the pondering my orb meme.